My name is Rosanna Hernandez and I am a public school administrator, and I'm here making my second video that has to do with how to answer interview questions if you're trying to apply for admin positions, if you want to be an assistant principal, a coordinator, a principal, and such. I recently went through a number of rounds of interviews, and I'm going to share with you what specifically I was asked and how I was able to answer the question. Now, one of the questions that was asked frequently had to do with school culture. School culture drives everything, so be sure to answer by saying that it's about how the employees and the students and the parents and basically the stakeholders feel about the school and its ability to innovate, collaborate, how everyone treats each other, how the kids treat each other, how the community thinks of the school. So culture drives everything. Next question has to do with student discipline. I was flat out asked how many students did I suspend the year before as an administrator. So if you're asked that question, and one of the ways you can answer is, look, I use suspensions as like a last case resort if I have to. I follow my district's policy when it comes to suspensions. If you're taking courses or any kind of a program to learn more about restorative practices, that's the new thing that we're all supposed to know how to do well. So you can mention that. You could say, I'm trying to refine and reteach myself restorative practice ideals so that I can do more of that at my school site. During several of my interviews, I was asked about teacher ineffectiveness, if you will. So what do you do with a teacher who's not up to par or who's not meeting the standards? So you want to make sure to say as many things as you could do as possible. You can mention that you're going to try to assign them to a mentor teacher. You're going to try to offer them PD, send them to conferences. I was asked a question that had to do with dealing with stress. One interview that I will not forget I went on, they specifically asked me what my biggest stress in life is. One suggestion I have is saying something that's really meaningful to you. So at the time, when I was asked that question, we had the Uvalde shooting happening, and I said, I work at an elementary middle school setting. I'm very concerned. I want to make sure that our students are safe. So that's definitely one of the biggest stresses that I feel as a school administrator. When you walk into a classroom, what is it that you're looking for in terms of instruction? So for me personally, what I look for are the students engaged? Are the students feeling bored? Are they just kind of there but not really there? Is the teacher up on the feet? Are there walls that have student work up? Like, are the walls engaging? Is there organization? Can I see that the teacher has actually planned the lesson well because of the transitions? Are they like organized transitions? I was asked what specifically I would do in the first 90 days as a school administrator. So the number one thing you want to mention is building relationships. Say building relationships is number 1, 2, and 3 if you can. Of course, you want to mention that you want to look at data, quantitative and qualitative data. You want to get to know the school, like to make sure that you know how, like in case of an emergency, in case of like a safety issue, you know where the entrances and the exits are. That's a good way to answer. But just whatever you do, make sure that you mention building relationships. What does an effective PD, professional development, look like? For this answer, make sure you mention that if it's teacher-led, it's the best. Giving teachers a choice, making sure it's teacher-led, those are really the best answers to that question. I will have a link at the bottom of this video that will lead you to a site of my website, which is efficiencyandorganization.com. And on there, I wrote an article on the best practices when you're trying to become a school administrator. And I do have more of the questions listed there. I just, for the sake of not making the video too long, I want to stop here. For more information and more help, more resources, please go on efficiencyandorganization.com. You could subscribe right then and there when you're on the website. And of course, please subscribe to this channel so that you could be notified when additional information comes out and videos come out. Anything that has to do with being efficient and organized and productive and well managed with time to be able to set and achieve major goals in your life. I will catch you in the next video.